I ain't saying that was the case as far as the message. I'm just saying, like, I thought it was odd. Like I said, I respond to my ish. I had a message on YouTube. Some dude sent me a message. It was a video that I did in Canada about Al Aswad Al Ansi. All right, that's in Sanaya, Yemen, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he put a little quick comment. He was like, Muhammad is the last prophet, or something like that, which is in the Quran. But I'm like, I brought up the fact, I'm like, I mean, during his lifetime, you had other people that claimed to be prophets too, like this dude named Musa Lima Ibn Habib and Jaf al Yamama, blah, 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 blah. The whole thing is, I'm like, shit. Now, first off, you know, based on my understanding of that word and what it means, I don't completely accept your assertion of him being the last prophet. And basically, being that he based it on the Quran, I'm like, you know, I brought up some examples, some real documented historical examples of things and events that took place during Muhammad's lifetime. Like when he went to this place called Tabuk, which is in northwestern Arabia. And he went there because he heard it was a group of people conspiring against him, supposedly. This all happened in 630, right? But then he went there and he met with the heads of different tribes, yet he still continued north and conquered some of these people. And I brought up all the names. I brought up Al-Jarba, Al-Auf, that's in Jordan, by the way. It's more closer to southern Jordan. But then if you go all the way to southwestern Jordan, it was a place called Eli, and he went there as well, and he conquered. You know, he had one of these guys that sent the letter. I ain't bring up his name because it wasn't irrelevant, but Shurabil Ibn Hassan. But anyway, the whole thing is, those places, he also took Tabuk and Makna. Then later on, Dumat al-Jandal, which was a Christian settlement. So I'm like, you know, based on those facts alone, I brought up other examples too, like Najran. But the whole point is, I'm like, based on those examples alone, that don't sound like something that's ordained by God. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically a conquest to also spread this new philosophy at the same time. Not trying to be condescending and, you know what I'm saying, and necessarily take a moral position. But when you look at it realistically speaking, honestly speaking, and objectively speaking, if you went forth and continued north and annexed some of these settlements of people, yet you found out nobody was really conspiring against you, the only thing that happened that you can't even fit it up in there, but I could imagine somebody bringing it up, like this little small fight that happened between the Romans, not even the Romans, but just a group of soldiers of the Roman Empire. But I think they were more than likely mostly Arabs, you know what I'm saying? In that region, they'll call it, that's more going north to Syria. I was finna mention Mustariba, but anyway, the whole thing is, right, you had a little skirmish that happened. Now, that happened 3 years before that in 627. It was nothing. So aside from that, it wasn't no real justification for him continuing to go north and annexing all these different people. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Najran, I referenced that. I'm like, he had this conversation with these two monks that went to have a meeting with him. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, knowing that Muhammad was coming for them next. That's in southwestern Arabia, by the way. But anyway, during this whole meeting, aside from the conversation they had about Jesus, you know, Muhammad asked them to join him and climb on the mountain, right? Basically saying join him in his aim in converting people, basically. And again, land grabs. You can't convert a motherfucker without some type of territory jurisdiction over them to a degree. You know what I'm saying? So he had to have conquered, not even conquered, but it would make sense for you to subjugate a territory at the same time, which did happen because they had these agreements and this trade, not even trade, but a certain amount of sadakas and all that. But the whole fucking point is he annexed these people. And I brought up the fact that this is also before that term Dar al-Islam, which means the conquest of Islam. Not saying Muhammad was wrong, because I also gave him a compliment within my comment as far as Muhammad. I was like, I think he was really intelligent, you know what I'm saying? But I look at him more so as a philosopher. And I'm like, you know, hopefully the guy caught this with these examples I brought up and what I mentioned about the Quran. I'm like, basically, I don't believe that that's 100% accurate betrayal or portrayal of Muhammad. That's all I wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? I just had to record something, but I'm, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Facts, baby.